Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Sinta Nur Aziza. Here, I want to answer the question Final Examen Second Language Equation. Okay. For the first question, there are two questions. Number one, it is the second week of a 22-week course to high school students in Madura who are just beginning to learn ESL or English second language. The teacher is planning to show a movie about two high school football players. And question A, discuss briefly at least three factors in this language environment that makes it an effective English second language lesson. And my answer, a factor that make this an effective English second language lesson. Number one, contextual relevance. Using a movie about a high school football player is relatable and engaging for high school students in Madura. This familiarity can enhance comprehension and motivation to learning English. Number two, visual and auditory learning. Movie provide both visual and auditory stimuli, catering to different learning styles. This dual modality can help students grasp language structure, vocabulary, and pronunciation more effectively than traditional methods. Number three, cultural exposure. The movie can introduce students to various aspects of American culture, allowing them to understand language nuances, idioms, and cultural references commonly used in English-speaking environments. Question B. After the movie, the teacher should have the students discuss the movie. And my answer, yes. The teacher should facilitate a discussion about the movie for several reasons. The movie encourages students to express their opinions, thoughts, and feeling in English. This promotes speaking and listening skill, enabling students to practice the language in a meaningful context. Additionally, group discussion fosters collaboration opportunities for students to correct each other language use and learn from the peers. Overall, discussion the movie help consolidate language skill learned during the viewing and enhance comprehension and retention. For the second question, number two, if a linguist has written a grammar of a certain language, would he or she necessarily be a fluent speaker of the language? Explain your answer. My answer, no. If a linguist has written a grammar of a certain language, it does not necessarily mean that he or she is a fluent speaker of the language. Writing a grammar requires a depth understanding of the language structure, rule, and linguistic elements. However, fluency encompasses more than just understanding grammatical structure. It involves proficiency in speaking, listening, reading, and writing the language in natural, real-life context, understanding cultural nuance, idiomatic expression, and using the language fluently and accurately in various situations. Therefore, while the linguistic may process extensive knowledge of the language grammar, fluency requires broader and more comprehensive language skills that may or may not be present in the linguist. Okay, for the third question, number 3. In which of the following second language perform situation would you expect a second language learning to make use of his or her first language structure? Give your argument. Okay, my answer number 3. In this second language perform situation, you will expect and second language learning to make use of his or her first language structure for the following measure. My reason number A. An adult who has been in the second language host country for 3 years reading a lot. This adult might still refer to first language structure, especially if certain second language pronunciation or vocabulary nuance remains unfamiliar or challenging after only 3 years. B. A child who have been in the second language host country for 3 years reading a lot. Despite a pressure, the child might still rely on first language structure due to cognitive or linguistic comforts, as foundational language skill may not yet be fully established in the second language. C. An Indonesian tourist and alien for the first time give the lack of exposure to the second language host country's language. These tourists would primarily rely on first language structure for communication. D. An adult who has lived in the host country for a year, conversing with acquaintance at a party. This adult might mix first language and second language structure depending on the level of proficiency attained in the second language and the familiarity of comfort level with the conversational context. E. A child playing with second language speaking friends. The child would likely use more second language structure due to frequent immersion in second language environments and peer interaction, although occasional reliance on first language structure may occur. F. A university student taking an second language test. While the student will aim to use second language structure under stress or due to area of weakness in proficiency, the student might refer to first language structure or rely on literal translation from first language to second language. Okay, for the fourth question about number 4, memorizing the dialogue is a common activity in second language course. Given the selection of the topics below, pick the dialogue you think will be most beneficial to the students and justify your choice. My answer: among the lesson topic, the dialogue that will be most beneficial to students and their justification are. My answer: A. Creating. This topic is fundamental as it sets the foundation from initial interaction. Learning appropriate greeting helps students initiate conversation and establish rapport with others, making it essential for daily communication. B. Asking yes or no question. Mastering the skill of asking yes or no question enables students to seek information, clarify doubt, and action in basic comprehension. This foundational skill form the basis for more complex interrogative structure and action conventional proficiency. D. Expressing apologies. Understanding how to express apologies is crucial for social interaction and building relationship. Learning to apologize appropriately fosters empathy, cultural understanding, and effective communication skill, preparing students for various real-life situations. A. Expressing gratitude. Gratitude is a universal emotion that transcends cultural boundaries. Teaching students to express gratitude enhances their interpersonal skill, promotes positive interaction, and encourages a courteous and expressive attitude in both personal and professional contexts. G. Making introduction. Knowing how to make introduction equip students with the skill to initiate interaction, establish connection, and navigate social setting confidently. This skill is essential for networking, forming relationships, and participating in diverse social and professional environments. Okay, this dialogue provides students with essential language tools for everyday interaction, furthering practical communication skill, cultural understanding, and interpersonal effectiveness. Okay, this is all that can be said. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you.